Welcome to Super Besse for the final round of the first ever Andros Trophy. There's great weather and plenty of snow on the ski pistes of this resort in France's Massif Central, close to the former home of the French Grand Prix at Clermont-Ferrand. But the Andros Trophy race track itself is almost totally devoid of ice. It'll be more like rallycross for the final event. There are a lot of fans turned out. As ever, it's always hugely popular, but it will be wet. Among the title contenders this season is the Rookie of the Year, Yann Erlechet, the nephew of Yvan Muller. He sits third in the points. Just ahead of him, Jean-Baptiste Bourg, the four-time champion, with team manager Marcel Tarres checking the tyres. They will be crucial as ever. But the points leader and title favourite is Aurélien Panis, son of former F1 driver Olivier. And it's Yann Erlechet who is our chauffeur around the Super Besse track. Hard braking here into the first corner and trying to avoid hitting the ice bank so you get good traction out of the first corner. Long, fast right-hander next up, and then keeping up your speed, trying to stay close to the apex so you don't lose too much time. Corner tightens at the end of this long right-hander, and then sweeping into this left, picking up the speed again. And then double apex here as well. Important to get the traction here. And then you're looking for the apex in this right-hander that opens up the final corner, fires you out towards the line. We'll start our action for the day with the super final for the elite drivers. Sylvain Poussier on pole position in his Peugeot ahead of Louis Rousset. The new champion who claimed the title in Lens-en-Vercors last time out is Jérémy Sahi. He starts on row 2 in the red and white machine with Nathan Biel alongside him. And on row 3 of our grid is Emmanuel Moinel, a regular visitor to the Super Finals, and Clémentine Lost, who makes it back into the top 6 in her Peugeot. So stinking rain and wet conditions for the elite final, for the final race of the year for them. And this will be almost as slippery and treacherous as ice, but a little less rutted. Away we go then. Great start from the outside of the front row from Louis Rousset. Jérémy Sahi, the red and white car, also following around. Emmanuel Moinel in a Renault Zoe leaps up the inside, and Nathan Biel, number 11 car, squeezes back in front for fourth. But our poleman is down to third position, Sylvain Poussier. Louis Rousset, the leader then from the red and white car of Jérémy Sahi. Sylvain Poussier giving chase just ahead of number 11, Nathan Biel. Not much grip on this streaming wet tarmac. The car's sliding around everywhere, but at least the visibility is a little better. It's not blinded by clouds of ice crystals. Louis Rousset, the leader. And right behind him, as they cross the line, Jérémy Sahi in second. Sylvain Poussier trying to flick the car sideways. It wasn't really helping him there. Nathan Biel in fourth position, the blue car. And it's now down to a two-horse race. Louis Rousset and Jérémy Sahi. Sahi losing a bit of bodywork. I think he clipped a snowbank. Not much snow left. Something flew off the back of the car. Yes, left rear corner has gone. Or the rear bumper at any rate. And the battle for third. Nathan Biel, the blue car, chasing Sylvain Poussier. Poussier struggling here to find the fluency that he normally has. Leaders starting lap 3, midway through. There's Sylvain Poussier, but trouble for Nathan Biel. Drifted out wide. Through goes Emmanuel Moinel. What's wrong with Biel's car? Won't stop, won't steer. Puncture, left front puncture. No longer on rubber, just on the rim. Clémentine Lost jumps the corner and goes through. So Jérémy Sahi chasing this man, the leader, Louis Rousset. Rousset using all the road. Sahi with a tighter line. Trying to keep up the pressure. Needs to be pushing all the way here. Midway through the race, 3 laps down. And now, starting to close, Sylvain Poussier. The Peugeot just gaining a fraction, or is it? Looks like it is. Louis Rousset just ahead of Jeremy Sahi. Sylvain Poussier 2 seconds behind Sahi. And then Manuel Moinel and Clementine Lost 4th and 5th. Jeremy Sahi pushing Louis Rousset all the way. Closer and closer he comes as he worked out where he is going to get by. All over the back of the race leader, making sure that there is no respite, and there's a mistake for Emmanuel Moinel, giving away 4th place, recovering from the wet snowbanks. Lap 5, Jeremy Sahi still giving chase. Sylvain Poussier is closer. Sahi, though, is closer to Louis Rousset as well. 1 lap in the race, 1 lap in the season remaining. Jeremy Sahi already crowned champion, and Louis Rousset does not want to give away the win if he can help it. Jeremy Sahi right with him. Louis Rousset drifting out the tail, keeping the momentum up. Jeremy Sahi so close now, he's almost got an undercut. Last lap of the season of the Andros e-Trophy, and Jeremy Sahi desperately trying to win this elite super final. But so too is Louis Rousset. Sylvain Poussier closer again, 2.5 seconds behind the leader. Louis Rousset is going to hang on, isn't he? Unless Jeremy Sahi finds something or initiates contact, and that's not been the way he's raced this season. You can see the sparks coming off the studs. Almost redundant, the studs here. And the checkered flag is out. It is victory for Louis Rousset. Jeremy Sahi in 2nd, Sylvain Poussier in 3rd position. And there, right at the tail, is Emmanuel Moinel. Clementine Lost taking 4th, and she's chased across the line by Moinel. You can see the weather is anything but clement. Hardy fans enjoying their racing nonetheless. So the day's winner, Sylvain Poussier, from Louis Rousset and Jeremy Sahi. Nathan Biel tying with Emmanuel Moinel and Clementine Lost. Well, Poussier, the day's winner, he was fastest in the qualifying heats. They carry most points and most weight. And Louis Rousset, the winner with fastest lap in the super final. So the overall standings for the season, Jeremy Sahi the champion last week. Sylvain Poussier and Emmanuel Moinel complete the championship podium. Top lady driver Clementine Lost is in 7th place. So here is our championship podium. Emmanuel Moinel 3rd, Sylvain Poussier in 2nd place, but the champion already crowned a week earlier is Jeremy Sahi. And Clementine Lost, the top female driver. She joins them on the podium. So congratulations to all our championship top 3. Our top lady driver as well. Jeremy Sahi, a remarkable season. The teenager champion in his very first year. Final race of the season as well for the AMV Cup for motorcycles. And Vivian Gonnet on pole, but the whole shot goes to Maxime Lacour around the outside, ahead of Sylvain Dabert with the yellow jersey. Dabert, the points leader, looking to win this championship yet again. Vivian Gonnet out-qualified Maxime Emery, the number 1 machine. Emery in 4th position. Sylvain Dabert in the middle of the leading group as Randy Perrison, the 69 machine, takes the lead. Vivian Gonnet and Maxime Lacour giving chase. Maxime Emery, number 1 machine, slipping by Sylvain Dabert as they get to the line. So Maxime Emery up to 4th place. Randy Persson leading from Vivian Gonnet. Maxime Lacour, number 19 in 3rd place. And then with the white legs, easy to spot, the reigning champion, Maxime Emery, machine number 1. There's the 69 bike of Randy Persson. And 37, Sylvain Dabert, just dropping back from the lead group. He's in 5th position, but like everybody else, struggling on this wet track. It's almost like a wet day in Super Motard. They've still got the icy slush running across the track in places as well. Persson still from Gonnet, the number 4 machine. Maxime Lacour in 3rd at the moment. And he's got those flashy kids' lights in the spokes of his bike. Excellent stuff. It's like he's on his way to school. Good battle there with Maxime Emery with the white leggings, the white leathers on his legs. Maxime Emery right in there in the lead group. Then with the yellow headlight on his own, Sylvain Dabert staying away from trouble both in front and behind. And there's been a little shuffle, I think. Yes, there has. No, Vivian Gonnet tried to get back in front of Randy Persson. Persson again in front at the line. Vivian Gonnet, the number 4 machine, trying everything he can. Really riding the bucking bronco there. Maxime Emery battling for 3rd place with Maxime Lacour. And Vivian Gonnet getting his nose back in front briefly, but 69 still in front. Randy Persson from Vivian Gonnet. Then Maxime Lacour there on the inside of Vivian Gonnet. Handlebar to handlebar, who got through? Well, again, they drift off the corner side by side, and it's still Gonnet in 2nd place. Randy Persson, 69, still leading, though clearly the rain's got into his transponder because he's not showing. Vivian Gonnet in 2nd, Maxime Lacour, Maxime Emery, they're 3 wide coming off the corner. Maxime Lacour picking up the front wheel, trying to find the traction underneath Vivian Gonnet. Sylvain Dabert feeling a little more relaxed perhaps, starting to close in a fraction as we get to the midway point of this final race of the season. Title is still up for grabs, and this 4-way battle for lead, anybody could win this, couldn't they? So number 4, Vivian Gonnet out front from Randy Persson. And then 19 and 1, the 2 Maximes. Maxime Lacour, 19, and Maxime Emery, number 1. Emery underneath Lacour. Does he go by? He does for 3rd, and there's a challenge for the lead as well. Persson trying to go back around underneath. Vivian Gonnet hanging on. Randy Persson 2nd with the yellow leathers. And then the white leathers underneath him. Through comes Maxime Emery. Finds the ride on the inside, doesn't have the grip on the outside. Vivian Gonnet, number 4, the race leader. Randy Persson with the yellow leathers still in 2nd from Maxime Emery and Maxime Lacour. And now right with them with the yellow vest and the yellow leathers, Sylvain Dabert. Close, but taking no risks. Battle for the lead rages on. It's still 4 machines. Vivian Gonnet from 69, Randy Persson. And then the number 1 machine with the white leathers, Maxime Emery. A man who seems determined to hand over the trophy at the end of this race. 4th place is Maxime Lacour with the flashing wheels. Gonnet still just ahead of Persson. Struggling for traction a little there, Gonnet. They're all over him. He can't escape. Randy Persson, Maxime Emery, Maxime Lacour. Where's Sylvain Dabert? Oh, he's still there. Looks like he's had a little bit of a moment, though. Drop back a second or two. And Vivian Gonnet starting to try and ease away. Maxime Emery in 3rd, ahead of Maxime Lacour. And piling the pressure now on Randy Pearson, who loses the front, and down he goes. So he is out of the hunt. Up to 4th place now is Sylvain Dabert, and he was just far back enough to avoid getting caught up in that as well. Maxime Lecour there with the flashy green lights. I think they all ought to adopt those with different colours to suit their machines. Well, maybe not all of them, otherwise it'd just be a sea of flashing lights. Maxime Emery in 2nd place. It's the number 4 machine of Vivien Gonnet who's our race leader. And he is still hanging on there as the Maximes, Emery and Lecour battle for 2nd place. Final 2 laps of the season underway. Back markers in front. Maxime Emery still 2nd ahead of Maxime Lecour. 1 to go. Vivien Gonnet. Final lap of Super Besse. Final lap of the season in the AMV Cup. And Sylvain Dabert in 4th place, doing just enough and risking nothing. I think we might have a risk of everything though for 2nd place. Maxime Emery just hanging on from Maxime Lecour. Vivien Gonnet out front. Leader working his way through the traffic, and Lecour trying to go around the outside of Emery. Emery's going to block him through the little chicane, and so he does. Checker flag is out. Somewhere in there is Vivien Gonnet, the race leader, who becomes our race winner. And there is the champion, Sylvain Dabert. 4th place is enough to take a 9th title in the AMV Cup. Now 1 away from Ivan Muller's 10 titles in the Trophy Andros. Well, there's a wet, muddy hug. Just what you need. He's not the one getting wet and muddy. He already is wet and muddy. And the fans applauding him through the drizzle as well. End of the final race, another great show. The AMV season has been great to follow. Congratulations, Sylvain, on a 9th title. So how do you feel? Really satisfying. It's been so much work. 9 titles, it's a long, long time. I just want to thank my team. They've stayed with me every winter to support me. Many of my friends have come here today to celebrate. So really, really happy to get the title despite these conditions. Yeah, a great final here and a good crowd. So let's talk about the conditions. We knew from the start of the weekend it would be tough for the bikes on a wet track with no ice. Yeah, absolutely right. We've only got 2 wheels and only one of those gives you any traction. So the balance is always on the edge, but we made it. It was more risky than on the ice though. You have to be much more careful, and I just wanted to avoid any risks. 4th was good enough for the title, but next time there'll be no pressure and I'll try and start winning again.
Bravo, merci en tout cas Sylvain, et à la saison prochaine pour un 2e titre, on l'espère.
Next up is the Enidis race for guest drivers. On pole position, number 6 machine is Valentin Simonet. Alongside him is Olympic champion pole vaulter Renaud Lavillenie. And he was born in Clermont-Ferrand, just 30 minutes away from Super Besse. Lavillenie arrived direct from Karlsruhe in Germany, where he just won his latest indoor competition. Sebastian Loeb's longtime co-driver Daniel Elena, number 5 machine on row 2, along with Mylène d'Orange, and an ex-Clermont rugby player Aurélien Rougerie is on row 3 of the grid. Well, these cars are 2-wheel drive only, are the equivalent of around 125 horsepower, the smaller of the Trophy Andros cars. So 2-wheel drive, 2-wheel steer, but still all electric powertrains. And this is where the Andros e-Trophy originated from, with these machines in the all-electric cup. So away they go. Valentin Simonet, the number 6 machine, he's the white car, ahead of Renaud Lavillenie. And then a 3-way battle. Aurélien Rougerie, the red car, inside number 5, Daniel Elena. Mylène d'Orange just ahead of them in the number 1 machine. Lead pair are out front. Valentin Simonet ahead of Renaud Lavillenie. And there is the number 6 machine. And there is trouble. Daniel Elena gets going again, but it looks like Mylène Derange is stuck in the snowbank. Well, Elena spent a lot of time in the passenger seat of Sébastien Loeb's rally cars, but he enjoys a bit of racing and go-kart racing himself. However, he's going to have to recover pretty well from the back there. Here's our leader then, Valentin Simonet. Not too far behind is Renaud Lavillenie. Just 0.65 of a second in it. And it is about those two. Yellow flags are out for Mylène Derange's car, which is stuck on the inside there. And Simonet and Lavillenie battling for supremacy. Lavillenie, as well as being a double Olympic pole vault champion, is also a massive motorsport fan. Incredibly, he's already entered the Bol d'Or, the legendary French 24-hour motorcycle race. And he's pretty impressive here as well, with an electric powertrain and 4 wheels and a roof over his head. Well, as the leaders continue on their own, Aurélien Rougerie, the rugby player, all on his Todd in 3rd place. No one to play with. Daniel Elena losing a lot of ground after they made contact early on. But he is trying to close. So the leaders still tied together. Valentin Simonet just with enough in hand, but any mistake here and Renaud Lavillenie will go right by him. Lavillenie is definitely up for the task here, not allowing the leader to escape at all. There's the number 2 machine of Aurélien Rougerie. Daniel Elena closing in from behind, but Elena's car, left rear corner damaged. It's steering itself, sliding all over the place. Can't be fun. Leaders, though, comfortably in front. On lap 4 of 6, yellow flags still out on the turn with Mylène Derange's car stuck on the inside. She's out of the car, but the marshals can't move it at the moment. These Trophy Andros cars have been racing for around a decade now. It was the first international series to introduce all-electric racing. The car originally developed by Franck Lagorce, who continues to race in Trophy Andros. And a great vehicle now for these guest drivers to enjoy. Just enough power and rear-wheel drive to make them entertaining to drift around, particularly on the ice, of course. A little more grip than they're used to here in these wet tarmac conditions. And still, the battle continues. Renaud Lavillenie all over the back of Valentin Simonet. Simonet cannot afford a mistake here. Lavillenie will go right by him if he does. Battle for 3rd. Aurélien Rougerie just ahead of Daniel Elena. His car is drifting itself there in the right-handers. Can't be much fun trying to persuade it to turn left, though. The leaders are not too far away from the end of this penultimate lap of the race. Heading on to the final lap. Puddles are getting deeper and dirtier. Last lap of the race. Renaud Lavillenie chasing hard. And still, Valentin Simonet just in front. Simonet again for the final time around the abandoned car. Starting to mist up inside. Starting to mist up quite a lot on the side windows anyway. Halfway around the lap. Now Valentin Simonet just hanging on to this one ahead of Renaud Lavillenie. Lavillenie very tight in behind him into the final chicane. Looking to try and find a way by. Gets on the power. Nice and early. Checkered flag is in sight. Oh, and he's just misjudged it. Renaud Lavillenie clambers up the snowbank, or the car does. Just caught too much of that as he drifted out wide, trying to make it a drag race for the line. And here comes Aurélien Rougerie. But it does look as though, yes he is, Renaud Lavillenie is going to get across the line in second place. Aurélien Rougerie in third and Daniel Elena in fourth position. And you can see Elena's car won't even go in a straight line straight, so that must have been a right handful all the way around the race after contact on the opening lap. I'm sure it made for entertaining driving for him and the crowd. Next up, the Elite Pro final. These are the drivers who didn't make it through into the top 6 in Elite Pro. Nico Prost on pole position in the Renault Zoe, ahead of Jan Erlechet. Row 2, Franck Lagorce, having a difficult season by his own high standards, ahead of multiple electric champion Christophe Ferrier. And the final row of the grid, Olivier Panis, and alongside him, the Audi of Olivier Pernot. One of the key battles here will be between Olivier Panis and poleman Nico Prost. They're battling for fourth in the championship. There's just a couple of points in it, so whoever comes out on top should take that spot. 6 laps as ever, and away we go. Good start from poleman Prost. Dark blue car, number 11. That's Jan Erlechet slotting into second. Franck Lagorce, Christophe Ferrier in the turquoise car, and around past Olivier Panis goes the Audi of Olivier Pernot. So he's up to 5th place with the yellow tail just ahead of the green and white car of Panis. But leader Nico Prost taking off like a scalded cat in these very wet conditions, ahead of Jan Erlechet. And Franck Lagorce in 3rd place, little gap back to him and Christophe Ferrier, and then the 2 Oliviers with Pernod ahead of Panis. So right now, the battle for 4th position, the balance has definitely swung in favour of Nico Prost. Jan Erlechet looking to tie up 3rd place in the championship here as well. That's pretty much cast in these dreadful conditions. Still lots to race for. And well worth the big crowd staying on hand. They are pretty dedicated fans. Nico Prost setting the fastest race lap, as you might expect, being on pole and having the lead of the race. Lots of seasons when you come here to Super Besse, it's very cold and icy. Today it's icy on the ground and raining. It's just above snowfall point, and that means there is at least pretty decent visibility. End of lap 2, and Nico Prost still comfortable just in front of Jan Erlechet. Oh, both of them swinging through the chicane. Lagorce and Ferrier battling for 3rd. Olivier Panis still in 6th behind Olivier Pernod's Audi. So he is making no progress right now. Things looking good for Nico Prost, apart from the attentions of Jan Erlechet, obviously. So Nico Prost leading here. Oh, and there's trouble. Spins it away. Erlechet goes through. So does Franck Lagorce. He's up into 2nd. Christophe Ferrier in 3rd. And Nico Prost rejoining dead last. So halfway through, on to lap 4 we go. It's Erlechet who leads from Lagorce, Ferrier. Still the Audi of Olivier Pernod ahead of Olivier Panis, although that's not showing. And Nico Prost, broken left front suspension. Didn't look like a puncture. Looked like the wheel was just jammed up in the arch, and Lagorce had better stay off the snowbanks if he wants to finish 2nd. And so had Ferrier. They're not soft and fluffy, they're hard, icy and wet. And Prost, that's it. His hopes are dashed. Erlechet leads then from Lagorce, and Christophe Ferrier in 3rd, hanging on from Olivier Pernod. Olivier Panis has made contact with something as well. Looks like he's clipped an ice bank, losing his bonnet. Lap 5, Jan Erlechet looking for 3rd in the overall championships. Another fastest lap. He's had 3 super final wins as well. Uncle Ivan, who went on to be a 10-time champion in his first season, finished 4th in the points with only 1 overall win. Coming towards the end of lap 5, Jan Erlechet extending his advantage still over Lagorce, Ferrier, and then Pernod and Panis. The Gorse can do nothing to catch the young touring car and sports car race. Last lap of the season for Yann Erlaché. It's not the super final he might have liked, but third in the championship in his first full year. That's very good going indeed. And he is going to claim the win here, unless he somehow ditches it on this final lap. Fast flowing style, leaving veteran Franck Lagorce behind him. Christophe Ferrier in third. That looks like it's going to be the podium. Nobody's going to catch Erlaché, that is for sure. Checkered flag awaits. Yann Erlaché is going to take third in the overall championship standings and victory here in the Elite Pro final, ahead of Franck Lagorce, Christophe Ferrier and Olivier Pernot, with Olivier Panis bringing his damaged car to the line in fifth and taking fourth place in the championship standings. Yes, wouldn't be the first race that his car has finished with bits missing. Well, there is Yann Erlaché, and lots of show from the arch showman Franck Lagorce. Runs a stunt team during the summer, so he's not averse to the odd bit of showmanship, and the crowd will have appreciated that as well. Well, appreciated by the crowd and the marshals. Franck Lagorce signing off for the end of another Andros Trophy season. Man who's done so much to bring all-electric racing to the ice. Bringing a bit of all-electric ice there to poor Marshall. Still gets the thumbs up. Super pole for the top 6 Elite Pro drivers after qualifying heats. Jean-Baptiste Dubourg, Aurélien Panis, Nat Berton, Sébastien Loeb, who's back this weekend, Benjamin Rivière and Mathieu Vazivière. Well, Sébastien Loeb won the heats, setting the fastest time over 3 laps in the first heat, so he might be a good shot here in Super Pole. We'll start the action though with the 4-time champion, the reigning champion Jean-Baptiste Dubourg, and after a slower start to the season than he's used to, getting used to these all-electric races, he has come on very strong in the last 3 race weekends. So let's see what the Renault Zoe can produce. 13 points adrift of Aurélien Panis in second place in the championship. See, there's still some slush and slurry on the track. It's going to be tough, very tough, maybe even mission impossible for JB, but he wants to battle all the way to the line for the title. Look at all the sparks flying off the hundreds of studs on the tyres. Comes across the line, and 41.390. That's a pretty good looking lap from the Renault driver. Our points leader is Aurélien Panis, and he is now chasing the man who might be the outgoing champion or might be the 5-time champion. It's going to be tough to beat Panis now though. 2 tenths up for the young Frenchman. Aurélien Panis, like Yann Erlaché, racing in World Touring cars during the summer, but enjoying considerable success this winter in the e-Trophy Andros. Built up speed last year, very convincing competitor, and at the line he's going to be ahead, isn't he? Yes, he is, still by 29 hundredths. So Aurélien Panis with the fastest lap. Well, Panis will outscore JB Dubourg here as well, because he's already finished in front of him, so that's at least 1 point more. The gap grows. Nat Berton next up. Nat Berton, another man who races sports prototypes during the summer, and very convincingly too, and he was born in Clermont-Ferrand. So Berton knows the track well, and he is a tarmac racer. Rarely in conditions quite as damp and slippery as this. but he's looking good, flowing nicely. Peugeot again, scrabbling for grip. What's he got? Through the final corner, keeps the momentum up well, nicely right out to what's left of the snowbanks. But 900s behind Aurélien Panis, that's very close. However, he is ahead of JB de Bourg. 9-time World Rally Champion Sébastien Loeb, a rally driver. He's done World Rally Cross, he's done circuit racing. Is there anything the man can't do? He's not been a competitive motorcycle racer yet, but these conditions should play superbly to him. Only 6 thousandths behind Aurélien Panis at the first split. He was on the podium last time he raced in Val Thorens. But he's in trouble, isn't he? It's a left front puncture, and Sébastien Loeb hits the snowbank, and that is going to drastically reduce his speed. Not the first left front problem we've seen. Cross suspension collapsed. Seen another couple of punctures, and he will struggle to make it to the line. This long right-hander will feel like purgatory, and that means that JB de Bourg is still in third. Poor luck for Sébastien Loeb. Rain continues to patter down here as Benjamin Rivière starts his timed lap. Woo! Clipping the chicane as he goes through on the snowbanks, really pushing hard, 66 thousandths back. This is again a very committed looking lap from Rivière. Throwing the car around with great aplomb, isn't he? Really attacking hard. How close is he going to be then? This might put him in second place. If he can't overhaul Aurélien Panis, where will he end up? Going to be close at the line, 41.2. That's third place, behind 41.18. So 300ths of a second shy of Nat Berton. Mathieu Vazivière in the Audi. Let's see if the single-seater ace turned sports car racer can unseat Aurélien Panis. Panis raced in junior single-seaters as well, not quite as high up the ladder as Vazivière. Vazivière went straight into sports prototype racing with a great degree of speed. And right now, pushing hard. 0.2 back in the car normally driven by Christian Backerud. He couldn't make it here to Super Besse, but it's being driven in suitably flamboyant style by Mathieu Vazivière. How close at the line is he going to be? Third? No. Fifth position, 0.45 back. So JB de Bourg survives another attempt to unsettle him, and he is in fourth place. But that is very good news for Aurélien Panis, as he scores 6 points from Superpole. JB de Bourg only 3. So here they are, 3 drivers tied on points at the top of the pile after Superpole: Sébastien Loeb, Aurélien Panis and Benjamin Rivière. And Panis scoring 46 points to the 41 of JB de Bourg, and that means he cannot now be caught. Aurélien Panis is the new champion. The final race of the season then, the Elite Pro Super Final, and this is just a race. The championship now in the hands of Aurélien Panis, who starts on the outside of the front row of the grid. Sébastien Loeb, the man on pole position after a great run through qualifying. Benjamin Rivière lining up in third ahead of Nat Berton on row 2. And JB de Bourg, the final 5 points he lost in Superpole and qualifying, costing him a 5th title. He lines up alongside Mathieu Vazivière. Right then, here we go. The final 6 laps of the season. The first ever Andros e-Trophy is about to come to its conclusion. We have a champion. We just need a final day winner. Sébastien Loeb on pole position from Aurélien Panis. Benjamin Riviere and Nat Berton on row 2. JB De Bourg and Mathieu Vazivière on the final row. Away we go. Great start from Aurélien Panis. Drags his way into the lead. Does he pass Sebastian Loeb? Yes. Gets his nose across the rally champion. And through he goes. And JB De Bourg has barely left the line. Mathieu Vazivière got by Nat Berton for 4th place. And it is Aurélien Panis, car number 3, the Audi, leading from Sebastian Loeb in the number 9. So it's Panis and Loeb. And then Benjamin Riviere in the Peugeot in 3rd. Mathieu Vazivière's Audi up to 4th, ahead of Nat Berton. And some way back is JB De Bourg. He is going. So Panis and Loeb just ahead of number 10, Benjamin Riviere, the red and black car. Nat Berton all over the slushy snowbanks, bouncing around through the chicane. And Panis under real pressure from Sebastian Loeb. Loeb raced in World Touring cars, he's raced in sports cars, he's even raced prototypes of the 24 Hours of Le Mans. He knows what he's doing in a rally car and in rallycross. This should be purpose-made for him. There's JB De Bourg flying across half a lap back. He is absolutely on a tear, looking for the point for fastest lap maybe, but that's not going to gain him the championship. On to lap 3, Panis and Loeb, Riviere, Vazivière, and then dropping back a fraction is Nat Berton. Loeb is not dropping back even 1 iota, trying to get his nose inside Aurélien Panis. All the high intensity of rallycross, and there is Nat Berton's car, so that's abandoned by the side of the track. All the high intensity of rallycross, of qualifying and racing in touring cars. Loeb tried to use all of that to unsettle the young Frenchman in front. Somebody's debris there in the track. Oh, and Loeb clumps the snowbank now. Has that caused some damage to the left rear? Wouldn't be the first time. Just drifts a little wide. JB De Bourg, fastest race lap. Well, that's 1 extra point. He needs 20 of those to guarantee that he could take the title from Aurélien Panis. Yellow flags out to protect the car of Nat Berton. And he's not the only one slowing down. Mathieu Vazivière, it would seem, is slowing right down as well. But all eyes on Sebastian Loeb, flying out of the final corner. Attacking Aurélien Panis with everything he's got. Benjamin Riviere in 3rd, trying to hang on to them. And they're going to go by Berton's car and Vazivière's on this lap. And JB De Bourg, the extra point for fastest lap, not going to help him. Aurélien Panis looks as though he's got this under control, but I'm not sure it's always as under control as it looks. And you've got Sebastian Loeb behind him. Oh! And Loeb making the mistake. I was going to say, when you've got Sebastian Loeb behind, it might just be more pressure than another driver. But Loeb is the one who cracks. Just got in a little too hot, and again they're trying to catch the Audi driver. And Aurélien Panis is looking absolutely serene here. Has not faltered 1 iota. Loeb still trying to catch. Last couple of corners of the lap, of the race, of the season. He's not going to get to him, is he? Aurélien Panis flicks it through. And again, Loeb, all the power, late across the line. Panis the winner. Loeb in 2nd. And Aurélien Panis shows that, yes, you can go very sideways. Sebastian Loeb immediately into the donuts. Now Benjamin Riviere in 3rd. And there is JB De Bourg pushing too hard and crashed the Renault Zoe on the final lap of the season. Well, the championship had already escaped, and that is how his day ends. And that is how Aurélien Panis' ends. He wins the super final. He wins the championship. What a great day for the young Frenchman. Well, confirmation that he is also the day's winner here in Super Besse, ahead of Sébastien Loeb and Benjamin Rivière. Not the day that Jean-Baptiste Dubourg needed. He's won the last 4 titles in a row, and he had 2 wins this season as well. But he ends up 23 points behind the first champion of the e-Trophy Andros, Aurélien Panis. Yann Lachey in 3rd, and Olivier Panis sealing 4th spot ahead of Nico Prost. So there is the outgoing champion saluting the crowd. Still very much a crowd favourite here and in World Rallycross. And undoubtedly he will return to try and take a 5th title. Sébastien Loeb, always a favourite wherever he goes, whatever discipline he is in. And a great day's racing for him. There's Benjamin Rivière coming in ahead of Loeb. And Aurélien Panis throwing in the donuts, as befits a champion. A little bit of celebration at the end there, as he also picked up Mathieu Vazivière. Hugs for Aurélien from the Santalok Racing team, and rightly so. The first ever champion in the Andros e-Trophy, being congratulated by the series boss, Max Mamère. Well done indeed, Aurélien. So here is our season's podium. In 3rd, Yann Lachey. In 2nd, Jean-Baptiste Dubourg. But the champion, the winner of the e-Trophy, is Aurélien Panis. The end of a great winter campaign for him. He was a likely contender right from the very beginning. Well, that's it for the 2019-2020 season. We'll see you next winter for much more action.